Ever feel like you're on the outside looking in on a tech career just because you don't have that computer science degree? Yeah, you're definitely not alone. But what if I told you that in 2025, that piece of paper means a whole lot less than you've been led to believe? In this explainer, we're going to lay out a clear, step-by-step roadmap to becoming a software engineer based on how hiring actually works today. Let's jump in.
This is the big question, isn't it? The one that keeps so many talented, aspiring developers from even starting. For years, the answer felt like a hard yes, a huge wall blocking the path. But has the industry finally moved on? Let's find out.
The short answer, no, it's not required. The idea that you need a degree is one of the biggest, most persistent myths in tech. And honestly, it's an assumption that holds thousands of people back from their dream careers every single year. The reality on the ground has changed big time. So first things first, let's completely dismantle this myth. And we're not going to use opinions, we're going to use cold, hard data. Because the numbers tell a really fascinating story about who's actually building our software these days. Okay, just look at these numbers. Recent industry surveys show that almost a third, 30% of working software engineers today don't have a college degree at all. And get this, a massive 87% say they learned what they needed outside of a traditional classroom. The data couldn't be clearer. The old path just isn't the only path anymore. And this isn't some trend happening only at tiny startups. We're talking about the giants, Google, Apple, IBM. They're all leading the charge here. By officially dropping degree requirements for a ton of their software engineering roles, they're sending a crystal clear message. What you can do matters way more than your diploma. So that brings us to the hidden reality of how hiring works now. If a degree isn't the main filter anymore, what took its place? The answer shows a huge shift in how companies are finding and evaluating talent. So what's the new standard? Well, a 2024 report found that a whopping 81% of companies are now using skills-based hiring. They're not just glancing at your resume anymore. They are actively looking for proof that you can actually do the job. And this is the new mantra. It's not about what you know in theory from a textbook. It's all about what you can actually build in the real world, your projects, your code. That's your proof. So you might be wondering, how do companies check skills for thousands of applicants? Well, they're turning to AI. These automated systems go way beyond your resume. They dig into your GitHub profile to actually analyze your code quality, see how your projects have grown, and check how consistently you work. Your code is literally your first interview now. You know, you can think of it like this. The old way was all about stuffing your resume with the right keywords to get past a simple filter. The new way? Your GitHub profile is what gets you the real interview. It's your living, breathing portfolio, and AI is looking at it before a human ever does. Now, here's the really good news. This is where the opportunity is. While companies are all in on skills-based hiring, they're still figuring out the best way to do it. And that gap? That's your chance to shine. A really high-quality strategic portfolio can make you stand out like you wouldn't believe. Okay, so how do you take advantage of this new reality? You need a playbook. It's not just about building stuff randomly. It's about building the right projects and making sure you're sending all the right signals to those hiring managers and their AI tools. Your portfolio needs to send 3 super clear signals. Number 1 is commit consistency. Making regular, meaningful updates to your code shows you have discipline. Second, documentation quality. A well-written README file proves you can communicate clearly, which is huge. And third, industry relevance. Build projects that solve real-world problems, not just another generic coding exercise. And let's talk networking for a sec. Forget the old way of just asking people for a job. The new, much more effective approach is to provide value first. Jump into open source projects, help fix a bug. You'll build real relationships with experienced developers who can become your biggest allies. Now, what about certifications? Are they worth it? Well, not all of them are created equal, that's for sure. You really want to focus on the ones that are in high demand, like cloud certifications for AWS or Azure. Specialized skills can also give you an edge. But honestly, don't waste your time on broad, old-school certs that don't really prove you can do the job today. Okay, so that's the strategy. Now let's make it super actionable. We're going to walk through a high-level roadmap to get you from square one to job ready in about 6 months. Here's the plan. Month 1, you're going to pick your specialty. Then for the next 2 months, you're heads down, building foundational projects and absolutely mastering Git.
Then, for months 4 and 5, you level up and develop projects that look like something you'd see in a real company. And finally, by month 6, you're ready to start that job search with confidence. Let's break that roadmap down into 5 clear steps. Step 1, choose your path, front end, back end, whatever you're into. Step 2, build those core projects to really lock in your skills. Step 3, master professional tools like Git and GitHub. Step 4, specialize by building those industry-specific projects we talked about. And finally, step 5, with that killer portfolio, you start your strategic job search. So, what does industry-specific actually mean? It means building projects that solve a real problem. So instead of another to-do list app, maybe you build a personal budget tracker for the fintech world, or a basic online shopping platform for e-commerce, or even a patient appointment scheduler for healthcare. This shows you can think like a business, not just like a coder.
All right, let's wrap this up. How does this all come together for success? What are the absolute key skills? And maybe more importantly, the mindset you need to really thrive in the job market right now?
Okay, focus your energy on what's in demand. Master a modern tech stack like JavaScript and React. Learn how to use AI coding assistants like GitHub Copilot. They're your new best friend. Understand the basics of system design. And when you finally get that interview, be ready to talk about your projects using the STAR method: situation, task, action, and result. If you take away one thing from all of this, let it be this. It is no longer about just what you know. It's about what you can build and how you solve problems. That's the whole game. So you got to start building. So let's just do a super quick recap. A degree is not a barrier. It's a myth. Your portfolio is your new resume. AI is a powerful tool to help you, not a threat to replace you. And having a strategic plan will always, always beat just learning things randomly. The bottom line is the tech industry needs skilled problem solvers. They need you. They need your unique perspective, your creativity, and your passion for building cool things. The path is clearer than ever, and the opportunity is absolutely real. So the only question left is, are you ready to go build your future?
Thanks for watching. We appreciate you. Check out the next video on this topic, or subscribe